Good morning, students. In today's class, let us discuss about the three types of organisms which comes under photosynthetic protist. Kingdom Protista is classified into mainly three groups such as photosynthetic protist, slime molds, and last one is protozoan protist. Photosynthetic protist includes three groups or three types such as Chrysophyta, Pyrophyta, and another one is Euglenophyta. First, let us discuss about Chrysophyta. Chrysophyta. Chrysophyta is one of the group of organisms which comes under photosynthetic protist. Chrysophyta includes diatoms. Chrysophyta includes diatoms and golden brown algae. Chrysophyta includes diatoms and golden brown algae. These algae are golden brown in color due to the presence of diatomic pigment. Diatomin is a pigment. Diatomin is a pigment which gives or which imparts golden brown color. Diatomic pigment is present in case of golden brown algae. The members of the Chrysophyta or diatoms are unicellular. They are unicellular, means made up of single cell, microscopic, eukaryotic. Microscopic means they are very small. Through naked eye, we cannot observe these organisms. They are called as microscopic. Eukaryotic means through nucleus and membrane-bound cell organelles are present. Photosynthetic organisms. Photosynthetic organisms. The members of Chrysophyta are unicellular, microscopic, eukaryotic, and photosynthetic organisms. They are present in fresh and marine water. Some are present in fresh water and some members are present in marine water. Fresh water means sweet water, fresh water. Marine water means salt water, water present in the ocean or sea is marine. Marine means salt water, fresh means sweet water. Some members of Chrysophyta are present in fresh water and some are present in marine water. And cell wall. Cell wall is present and the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cell wall of the Chrysophyta is made up of cellulose. And there is a silica present on the cell wall. Cell wall of the Chrysophyta is made up of cellulose and small plates are present. Small plates of silica are present. Or on the cell wall we can observe the deposition of silica. Cell wall is made up of cellulose with the deposition of silica. You can write plates of silica or with the deposition of silica. Means here and there silica is deposited on the cell wall. Cell wall made up of cellulose and we can also observe the deposition of silica over the cell wall. And cell wall of the Chrysophyta contains two halves. It contains two halves or two lids, lid, upper lid and lower lid. Two Mahals are two lids, such as upper and lower lid. And these upper and lower lids of the cell wall are fit together like a soap box. In case of soap box, there is two lids. One is lower lid and another one is upper lid. We can fit that soap box like this. In the same way, the cell wall of the diatoms or cell wall of the Chrysophyta contains lower lid and upper lid. Both lids are intact, means attached. Lower lid and upper lid are intact or attached at one end. And we can fit both the lids like this, like a soap box. Both the lids of the cell wall of Chrysophyta or diatoms can fit together like this. Lower lid and upper lid both can fit together like the soap box. Chrysophyta or diatoms are commonly called as pearls of ocean. They are commonly called as pearls of ocean or jewels of plant kingdom. Jewels of plant kingdom. Chrysophyta or diatoms are commonly called as pearls of ocean. Pearls of ocean or jewels of plant kingdom because the delicately designed ornamentation of the cell wall. Due to the presence of delicately designed ornamentation of the cell wall, means on the cell wall we can observe the delicately formed designs. We can observe some designs over on the cell wall. Due to the presence of delicately designed ornamentation, we can call this Chrysophyta or diatoms as pearls of oceans or jewels of plant kingdom. Consider this is one of the diatom, cell wall of the diatom. On the cell wall, we can observe the presence of some designs like this. Delicately designed ornamentation. Delicately designed ornamentation. Due to the presence of this delicately designed ornamentation on the cell walls, these diatoms or Chrysophyta are commonly called as pearls of ocean or jewels of plant kingdom. The cell walls of the diatoms are used in the polishing. Cell wall of the diatoms on grafting or in grafting, they are used in polishing or in filtration of oils. In the filtration of oils, syrups. Oils and syrup. The cell wall of the diatoms being grafting used in polishing the materials and also used for the filtration of oils and filtration of syrup. This cell wall of the diatoms are intact after the death and decay of the cell content. Consider this a diatom. Inside this is the cell wall of the diatom. Inside the cell wall, here cell is present. Diatom cells are present inside the cell wall. This cell may undergo decaying, but after the death and decaying of the cell content also, the cell wall of the diatoms remain intact. It will be like this. Cell wall of the diatoms will be like this. Means it will remain empty after the death and decay of the cell contents. the cell wall of the diatoms remain intact and it is empty. Accumulation of such empty cell wall of the diatoms at the bottom of the ocean forms diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth. At the bottom of the ocean, accumulation of the empty cell wall of the diatoms. Accumulation of empty cell wall of the diatoms at the bottom of the ocean forms diatomaceous earth. Empty cell wall means after the death and decay of the cell contents, the cell wall of the diatoms remain intact but it is empty. Accumulation of such empty, intact cell wall of the diatoms at the bottom of the ocean forms diatomaceous earth. Or at the surface of the ocean, you might have seen in beach or near the ocean, you might have seen the accumulation of white colored cell walls, accumulation of many or the presence of many cell walls at the surface of the ocean. That is nothing but diatomaceous earth. This is about Chrysophyta. Chrysophyta. And these Chrysophyta are the chief producers. Chief producers means they are photosynthetic protists. They are chief producers. Means they produce the food by photosynthesis. Chrysophyta produce the food by photosynthesis. Hence they are called as chief producers. They produce food by photosynthesis process. Hence they are called chief producers. This is about Chrysophyta. Examples for Chrysophyta: diatoms and golden brown algae. And these are the characteristic features of Chrysophyta or characteristic features of diatoms. Next one is Pyrophyta. Next group comes under photosynthetic protist. Is it Pyrophyta? Pyrophyta. Pyrophyta are also called as dinoflagellates. Pyrophyta are also called as dinoflagellates. Pyrophyta are present in marine water. They are present in marine water. Pyrophyta are present in marine water, and they are also unicellular, microscopic, eukaryotic organisms. Unicellular, microscopic, unicellular organisms. Dinoflagellates. They are present in marine water. Marine water means salt water, whereas Chrysophyta are present in both fresh water and marine water. Some are present in fresh water and some are present in marine water. But all the members of Pyrophyta are present in marine water. They are present in marine water. Then cell wall. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is made up of cellulose, and here we can observe the presence of plates silica on the outer surface. On the outer surface of the cell wall. So you consider it's a cell wall. This is the outer surface of the cell wall. In the outer surface of the cell wall, we can observe the presence of plates of silica. Means plates means here and there many plates of silica are present on the outer surface of the cell wall of dinoflagellates. Name itself indicates di means two, flagellates means presence of two flagella. Dinoflagellates means they have two flagella. They have two flagella. Hence they are called as dinoflagellates, presence of two flagella. And flagella is the locomotory structure. It helps in the movement of dinoflagellates, or it helps in the movement of Pyrophyta. Dinoflagellates have two flagella, hence they are called as dino. Di means two. Presence of two flagella helps in their locomotion, and it helps in their movement. Rectiles. Rectiles means the rapid multiplication of some dinoflagellates. Rapid multiplication of some dinoflagellates. Rapid multiplication is fast. They multiply with the fast rate. Rapid multiplication of some dinoflagellates makes the sea surface appear red in color. It makes the sea surface red in color. That is called as red tiles. That is called red tiles. Rapid multiplication of some dinoflagellates makes the sea surface appear red in color. That is called as red tiles. Example is Noctiluca. Noctiluca and Goniolax. Noctiluca and Goniolax are the two dinoflagellates responsible for red tiles. Or name the two pyrophytes or dinoflagellates which forms red tiles is Noctiluca and Goniolax. Noctiluca and Goniolax are the two dinoflagellates responsible for the formation of red tiles at the surface of the sea. Rapid multiplication of these dinoflagellates at the surface of the sea makes that region red in color. That is called as red tiles. And the members of the dinoflagellates may appear in yellow, blue, green, brown or red in color. Red in color means some individuals of dinoflagellates may appear blue in color, some may appear yellow in color, or green or brown or red in color. This is due to the presence of pigment. Means various types of pigments are present in the cells of the dinoflagellates or cells of the Pyrophyta. Depends on the presence of pigment. They appear either yellow or blue or green or brown or red in color. Means varieties of pigments are present in the cells of the dinoflagellates or Pyrophyta. Hence they may appear in any one of this color. reptiles release some toxins that may cause respiratory failure. And death of marine fishes. That may cause respiratory failure and death of marine fishes. The toxins released by the reptiles, leads to the respiratory failure and death of the marine fishes, means fishes which are present in that particular ocean or sea. Bioluminescence is the property exhibited by some pyrophyta. Bioluminescence. Bio means living, luminescence means emission of light. Bioluminescence is one of the property of pyrophyta or one of the characteristic feature of dinoflagellates. Due to this bioluminescence property, which means dinoflagellates makes the sea surface glow. It makes the sea surface glow in dark. Sea surface may glow. Glow is nothing but shining. They may shine particularly in dark, means night time. Night time, the surface of the sea glows or shine. That is due to the presence of pyrophyta or dinoflagellates, and the property is called as bioluminescence. It is the property of emission of light by the living organisms. Bio means living, luminescence is nothing but emission of light. Property of emission of light by the living organisms is bioluminescence. It makes the sea surface glow during night time or during dark condition. Examples for pyrophyta, you can write Noctiluca and Guanellanax. Examples for pyrophyta, Noctiluca and Guanellanax. So this is about the characteristic features and examples of pyrophyta or dinoflagellates. The next one is euglenoids. The next group of organism which comes under photosynthetic protist is a euglenoids. Chrysophyta, pyrophyta and euglenoids are the three group of organisms which comes under photosynthetic protist. Euglenophyta or euglenoids. Chrysophyta, pyrophyta we have discussed. Next one is Euglenophyta or euglenoids. Euglenophyta or euglenoids, name itself indicates euglena. They are present in fresh water. The members of this group, members of Euglenophyta group, are present in fresh water, means sweet water, and particularly in stagnant water. Stagnant water means standing water which is not flowing. Water which is not flowing from one place to another place. It will remain in that place. Stagnant water. For example, pond water. Euglenophyta are present in fresh water. And here, cell wall is absent. In Euglena cell wall is absent. But in case of Pyrophyta and Rhizophyta, cell wall is present. It is made up of cellulose with the deposition of silica or with the presence of plates of silica. Cell wall of the dinoflagellates are hardened with the silica. But here cell wall is absent. Cell wall is absent. The outermost layer of Euglena is flexible. Outermost layer is flexible and the layer is called as pellicle. Pellicle is the flexible outermost layer or outermost membrane of Euglena. Pellicle is the flexible, means it is not rigid, it is not so strong. It can change its shape. Due to the presence of flexible pellicle, they can change their shape to some extent. And the presence of pellicle as outermost covering, these organisms are flexible. These organisms are flexible due to the presence of flexible outermost covering or pellicle. In the presence of sunlight, they are photosynthetic. In the presence of sunlight, they are photosynthetic. Photosynthetic means they can prepare their food by photosynthesis process. In the presence of sunlight, they are photosynthetic because some members of Euglena have chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B pigments. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B pigments which are similar to higher plants. In case of higher plants, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B pigments are present that helps in photosynthesis. In the same way, in case of Euglena, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B pigments similar to higher plants are present, but in the presence of sunlight, they can prepare their own food by the photosynthesis process. In the absence of sunlight, they behave like heterotrophs. In the absence of sunlight, they behave like heterotrophs, means they feed on, or they behave like predators. They feed on small organisms. They behave like predators. Heterotrophs, or they behave like predators. Predators means feeding the small organisms. Small organisms called prey. Small organisms are called as prey. Say for example, you might have seen intake of small insects by the wall lizard. Wall lizard always in search of small insects. When it observes or when it comes to know that there is a small insect on the wall, immediately it goes and catch the small insects. In that condition, the small insects are the prey. Wall lizard is the predator. Prey is the smaller organism which becomes food for another organism. Predator is the larger organism which is prey. Prey is always the food for predators. In the absence of sunlight, these Euglena are heterotrophs, means they behave like predators, means they eat smaller organisms. one flagella is short, one flagella is short and one flagella is long. One is short and one is long. This flagella is helpful in their movement. Flagella is the locomotor structure which helps in movement. Means they can move from one place to another place by the help of these two flagella. They have two flagella, but here one flagella is short and one flagella is longer. Example for Euphenophyta is Euglena. This is about the characteristic feature and example of Euglenophyta or euglenoids. They are present in fresh water, particularly in stagnant water. The outermost covering is called as pellicle, which is flexible, and in the presence of sunlight they are photosynthetic due to the presence of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B pigment, but in the absence of sunlight they behave like predators, means they eat the smaller organisms, and they have two flagella, one is shorter and another one is longer. Example for Euglenophyta is Euglena. This is about photosynthetic protist. Thank you.